And I think we selected this piece when you were off doing a rotation, Graham. So you're going to have to react to it on the fly, but
I love it.
We'll stall for time. Go.
Well, I suspect that the artist is a great juggler. There are so many visual elements in this composition, and yet it all seems to go together or work together to make a really interesting whole. Things such as so mundane as there are two legs, but it's a tripod. The third leg is like a whole other thing going on, and so we've got the curly Q over here that's kind of silvery, whitey kind of color, and then we've got the natural wood on the other end, and then we've got this wonderful draping form. There's just a lot of real rich visual stuff going on here, and the other thing is it evokes a story. I mean, I don't know what the story is exactly, but I've been trying to create a story of what she's trying to tell me in this piece. So it really engages me in a discussion, in a really interesting, and a really crazy discussion too, I'd say.
Yeah, I really liked it because I stopped and I had to stare at it. And we looked at it initially from this side, and oh no, it was from the other side.
Yeah.
And what you can't see on the camera is how all the surface enhancement on that disappearing spiral is. I don't know whether, could we turn it around, gentlemen, so that, but it engages and it demands your attention, and you stand there and you sip at it. You can't take it all in at once. You start to notice things, and then your eye goes back up and down this piece, and yet the artist had the good sense to not use surface enhancement on the two legs, so your eye is not distracted. But I just loved all of that surface enhancement, and I am in total awe of the creativity that this person has applied to this piece, just to pull all those elements together. And yet with these spiky legs and the little spikes, you can't quite see them on the top. I thought it was a fabulous piece that demanded my attention, my admiration, and just beautiful.
I agree with all that, and I think you've really got to see it in the context of the whole body of work that she had on her table. It was all wild and wonderful, and a world I really wanted to go into. And this is the piece that caught my eye most out of the work. A couple of little awkward transitions for me, where the texture from the body comes down into the legs. There's a few little details that possibly could transition.
It makes it look like a sheep.
It does. It does. You should recognize that. But yeah, I just really liked the fun, and it really got me thinking. It's a very, very cool piece.
The title of the piece is Impossible. And yes, I know for me it would be impossible.
And certainly, really loved how the actual main object of the piece became the third leg.
Yeah.
The tripod.
That was a pleasant visual surprise and cognitive surprise. Oh, that's how it's.
I guess it's something that I failed to mention at the beginning, but I mean, this feels like it comes right out of a surrealist tradition. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's really creating some sort of bizarre dream that we're all familiar with in Salvador Dali's melting clocks or watches or whatever. I mean, this is a very, very bizarre dream world that this piece lives in.
Well, mathematically, that piece would be a manifold, so this would be a melting manifold, I think. All right, next piece, number